Good evening, everybody. How's everyone tonight? Please, if you haven't yet, tell us who you are and where you are from. Let's us look. Hey, Joyce, how are you doing? And Gary, James Cotton, how are you? Steve and Karen, Neil, but probably missing people. David, how are you? Rose, Kevin and Mary, good to see you. And David, Lauren and Jilma. I know you guys. I feel like we just hung out together yesterday. Oh, we did. Great to see you. Oscar and Megan are just at the other end of the house, so I got to mute myself so I can yell at them. Okay, I think they heard that. I need an intercom system in my house. Hey, Mark. Dan and Ellen. Boy, it's been a long time, Dan and Ellen. I ate all the candy already, Ellen. I smelled like cinnamon ball from like 20 feet away today. Hey, James. How are you doing? James Phillips. There's a lot of Jameses on here tonight. Marie and Cornell, always a pleasure to have you with us. Michael Joyce. Who's that? Oh. Karen and Jim in Delaware.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estamos todo el mundo?
¿Cómo? Good. I hope everyone is having a fine night. Again, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, or your names. Okay, tell us your whole life story in 3 paragraphs or less.
Who?
Oh, the people.
Oh
no. Okay, forget that.
Hey, Rod, I need you put yourself a memo and
Memo?
Yes, because you know where companies.
Oh, jeez, I was rushed. We're having our meeting, and I was doing important things in that meeting, and I forgot to put the company shirt on. That's what he said. Sorry. It's a new shirt. First time I wore it, you did not say nice shirt, Rod.
I would say it was a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt, but it's not this shirt. It's not this one.
I forgot to wear my company shirt. We
today,
got new ones.
Today, by the way, for those that don't know, it's Labor Day in Panama and in most countries in North America.
Huh? And we worked all day because we're doing labor.
That's how we honor our Labor Day, working.
Nope. Hey, Facebook. Facebook, YouTube followers. We have you back. Welcome. Give us a like if you are on Facebook or YouTube right now. If you're on YouTube, please follow our channel.
Share the good mojo, and we appreciate every single one of you that are assisting tonight and following us in all the single platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and our email and our website.
All right, is Megan joining us?
Yeah, she's just replying a quick email, and then she's gonna join us.
Alrighty, we're going to start this show off. Tonight is a general Q&A. You can ask us anything you want. It probably should be relative to Panama.
Yep.
Yeah, or something about cars or computers. We can do those too.
Yeah, you guys, feel there is some people will have questions, and there is no silly questions when it comes to do such important decision that relocate to another country. Oh, the another one that's gonna be a memo.
Whoa. Okay. We are going to do, as we get started here, we're going to tell you who we are. We are retired Panama, but today was a special day for our company. We launched the product, Panama Total Access Pass. Very successful. We were, for those of you with us last week on that tour, we sold out our preview stuff, which was half as much. we're not sold out yet. So a lot of people were emailing me and said, no, we're not, but we will be, I'm sure, before the middle of the month here. And because we only sell 10 of these each month. And you get the book, you get a members area, which has our complete Rolodex of every contact we've met in the last 30 combined years of being in Panama.
And
you
we're
get,
also in the
us.
process of vetting even more great contacts
Yes,
for you
we're
guys too.
always vetting. There's a gold, there's a platinum access. For those of you that have been on our tour before, you should have received an email from me. If not, please get a hold of me, because you get your members area for free, and you can even get a copy of the book if you want. For those of you that are coming on our tour, yes, the Platinum Access Pass is included in the price of the tour. So that was launched today. We're quite excited. Who's the product for? It's very simple. Our core product is the tours, always has been, but we have constantly, for the last 5-6 years, I've already been to Panama. I already know where I'm moving. I've been on another tour. What do you have for me? Well, now we have it. So
no, and then the most important is depending on the product you get from us, either gold or platinum, you will have all full access to us. You can reach out on phone calls, and especially with the platinum, as many as you need, and you have a personal phones and WhatsApp. So it will be just like you have done on tour.
Yeah.
And besides other products, this is actually what it is define us, and it's very different and comparable the way it's going to be the service and the follow-up with you guys.
No, for sure. And a lot of you guys see on the internet, you see what those mock-ups of ebooks. Yeah, that's not it, guys. This is the real thing, guys. So anyway,
it's like the relocation Bible.
Yeah, it is.
It speaks the truth.
All right. Okay. So let us, as briefly as possible, Oscar and Megan, let us talk a little bit about who we are, for those of you that don't know. And Megan, you start.
Sure. So I'm Megan. I'm from Pennsylvania. I came to Panama in 2018 with the Peace Corps, and in that time met Oscar, my husband now, and now I've been here, and after Peace Corps, late 2019, moved to Boquete with him, and have been an expat here in Boquete since then, working with Retiring Panama. Originally was helping doing the tours, which were super fun, but now we have a little toddler, so I spend more time in the office as operations director. So I help you get ready if you come on tour with us, and then also help all of our tour guests and our now Total Access Pass members get ready for their move here. And that's quick enough for tonight.
My name is Rod Larrabee. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I moved here 13 years and a bit ago. I came to Panama what I call the wrong way. I didn't know anyone. I did not seek help. I just figured the first person I bumped into was going to help me. It didn't really work that way. I was very fortunate because I got in some trouble that I was introduced to that guy, Oscar. He was 13 years ago. It was already helping expats move to Panama, and I became his client.
Yeah.
And he helped me with the immigration. He helped me with my vehicle and driver's license and getting me legal. I had to go. Remember, you had to take me across the border and do all this stuff in the beginning. And many of those vendors that he used back then, they're part of our members area and access for our tour guests today still. So that's what we're all about. We're about not just selling your product. We're about following you through and helping you make Panama your home. Like, we want to be part of that process with you. And that is our promise.
Yeah. I am Oscar Peña. I am originated from Cali, Colombia. Been working in tourism basically since 2006. I started tourism management, hotel and tourism management in Colombia. And lived in Costa Rica prior to Panama for 3.5 years. Got to understand a lot of the North American market. And here in Panama, when I got here after a little while, I was seeing the need North Americans that were struggling with the language and understanding how things were done here. And even though that I speak the language, I'm very familiar with the culture because Colombians and Panamanians were very much alike, despite that they were being separated for over 100 years. Uh, that was kind of like the call for me. And I saw an opportunity because I kind of like love to be decent influence. And it started off, and I've been working, love this profession, and that's what it brought me. My brother for another mother, my amazing wife, which is just basically my brain, and then we literally successfully have done a beautiful family business, and making sure that, like Rod said, making sure you guys all have the best attention, and we'll taking care of you for all the process from the beginning when you do the tour to the end when you're successfully relocated. And even though if you've been here a year, 2 years, and something there might be a glitch on the path, you can always count on us. We still have friends that have been here for over 3 years. Sometimes they might have something happen, maybe they have a need, and they still always not because we're friends, but no matter what. Mm-hmm. So that's what we do, and also if you get a book, if you get a platinum book, that's the kind of service and attention you get for as long as we're alive.
Cool. All right. So we are beginning. This is a general Q&A. Start pumping your questions into the chat there. Anything you want to know about Panama. If you want to actually come into the studio with us and talk to us live, you're going to be asked to share your camera and mic. Please do. Type the word live, Live, in the chat, and we will send you an invite to share your microphone and your camera. And when we want you to come on and join us and ask a question. So that is it. Oscar, also remember today we are back on streaming on Facebook and YouTube. We don't see them on the list unless they type something in their comments or make a comment. So we want to welcome all those guys today.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with our first question. Move right on. Mr. Rutherford, how are you?
Hey, Kevin.
How does insurance work for cars and homes? Do you have an idea of prices?
Well, for cars, I can answer some of that. The cars, you have different options. If you have a car that is newer, no matter what, you always want to fully insurance the vehicle. Third party is the maximum liability. Estimate prices for that will be between $400 to probably $1,200, depends on the value of the car and the model. Like we have a Toyota Fortuner 2017, and we pay a year $700 a year.
Yeah.
So to give you an estimate, something fancy than that will pay more. Like we're talking about like a Lexus, and you pay less than that if you have something like a Suzuki Vitara or Suzuki Jimmy. It will be quite a bit less. Yeah, and with the homes.
Yeah, with homes, I can tell you two scenarios, Kevin. If you rent, contents, it's divided into contents insurance and structure insurance. It's two policies you must carry if you buy, and if you rent, you carry just the contents insurance. And I can tell you exactly, everyone's at the same price on this. It's $56 for every $10,000 of contents you want to insure per year.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing about the vehicles I forgot.
Oop.
If it's an older vehicle, you can still insure the vehicle. Will not be covered your vehicle, but you can still get a maximum liability for the third party.
Yeah.
Which that's what you want as well. And the cost for that will be up to $300.
Yeah. If they hit you, their insurance covers you. But if you run into a light pole, the light pole's covered, but you don't have to pay for your own damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and for home for structure insurance, Kevin, I don't own a home, neither does Oscar right now, but all of our friends that do, they're saying 1/3 to 50% of what they were paying back home. Hey, John Helper, how are you? Okay, let's move into bank accounts. How are you, C? Nice of you to join us. Now, every bank is a little bit different. So I'm going to give you the average. They might ask for something else personal from here, but basically you need 2 pieces of photo ID, pretty standard, passport, driver's license. You need a reference letter from your bank at home. And that's basically, let's say your bank's Bank of America. On Bank of America letterhead, it's John Doe, or we'll use C. It's C. Mung, as banked with Bank of America for 12 years and has a checking account in good standing. Boom, signed. That's all they're looking for. Then they need proof of income. If you're retiring with a pensionado, your lawyer can provide you that. If you're coming on a different visa, just bring 2 years of tax returns. With that documentation, that's about it. Some
or
banks,
simply your social security letter.
yes, sorry, that's what I said. Your lawyer can provide you the proof of income, which is your social security letter or your pension letter. And then here, some banks want a commercial reference, which your lawyer can give you, and some want a personal reference. And that's your relocation consultant can give you that.
Someone in
I wrote
Panama.
one today.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Okay. I can read this
What
one,
does
but
it say, Rod? It says, we met this person. They seem normal.
yeah,
Open them a bank account.
they're pretty normal. Yeah, please give them a bank account. No, I said so-and-so was on a tour. We're helping them relocate to Panama.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not that detailed or complicated. It sounds a little intimidating with all the documents they want, but it's pretty simple.
This is a great question, Karen. When we decided to go with the physical book, just because of the timeline, people coming here, majority of people are planning this well out, and they want to sit down, they want to read. The stuff in the book are the staples of Panama. Panama's history does not change. Panama's culture hasn't changed. Panama's visas, in the last 5 years, there's been one change. Panama's how health insurance works in Panama is how it works, how real estate works. So if there's any major change to the book, we sent out an update to everyone that has it, and it's a formatted page that can be printed, cut out, slipped in whatever page. And then at any time, anyone who has the Panama Access Pass, let's say they waited 3 years and now they're moving, you can order a new book for the cost of printing. Yep. So that's not we don't expect a ton of updates to the book. That's how it's designed. The book does not contain any of the referrals.
Right.
The back office,
the members area.
Yeah, the members area contains all the referrals. So,
which is a login on our website that you will get. And that's where we will keep updated all of the contacts.
It's almost daily sometimes. Like we're changing things, we're updating. We don't, our core vendors have been around forever. There's no need to update those. We don't replace them because they're excellent. We vetted them. We don't need to replace them on a monthly basis. Even our drivers. Our driver section in the members area is lacking a few places. That's because we're still in the middle of vetting. We did everything from getting their paperwork for their vehicles to their local police record, all that stuff. We want to make sure these guys are,
We want to make sure you are in the best safe hands, and also be safe, be reliable people, and you always be protected.
Yeah, exactly.
Things in the book, descriptions of the towns. Really, towns aren't changing that rapidly in Panama. So those, population, we have a census in 10 years that, we need to update.
Actually, just speaking with Boquete right now, actually, it can be a new something about Boquete, because for those that potentially visit Boquete back in 2010, 11,
it's quite different.
It has been evolved, the town. There's things that didn't exist back then, like plazas or
But the only thing I can really think of in the book that we might send out an update for would be any major immigration changes, which we would alert everyone.
Like new visas,
And our economy section, which Rod does an amazing update on every single year.
Every year, but it's only once a year. So next year it'll be the 2025 update.
Once a year, you'll get the Panama economy update.
And you're going to get copies of that if you're a bot. But as I'm going to show you here, this is the biggest preview. Anyone recording the screen, turn it off now. But this is the type of stuff, like all this stuff is in your members area. And there's more and more, like everything you'd want to know, every contact, that's all you get.
And we already have like
Yeah.
4 more that we're planning on
I
having.
added 4 today.
Yeah.
Like 4 more. We added end of life care and getting
Trust,
your wills
wills.
and trust done.
Mhm.
We added, I can scroll now because I know what we
Real estate
Hospice.
law.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
added hospice. We added real estate law and a connection to the absolute best real estate lawyer in the country. So all these connections are in your back office. Remember, about, I would say 25% of you have taken a tour already. By the end of this weekend, you're all going to have your access set up to the members area. And those of you that want to book are letting me know right now. And we're going to get those started to print next week. Okay, so that's that question. Yeah, on our relocation guide, Karen, no, there's no content. Oh, yeah, that's Joyce answering. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Cars, Oscar.
What is the most popular car in Panama?
Toyota. And the Hilux, Fortuner, all the most common, and the Prado.
And the Prado, yeah.
Yeah.
A
After
pickup
that,
and SUV, basically.
yeah, the SUV, a pickup SUV. The second brand will be for pickups will be Nissan. For SUVs will be between the RAV4 and the Honda CR-V, but also the Pilot. But the CR-V is a mid-sized, reliable, vehicle. The RAV4 also, in my opinion, I'd rather have a CR-V than a RAV4 in that segment. But that's
Basically,
pretty
he
much.
likes the Japanese brands.
Japanese is always the best brands, in my opinion, compared to Korean. But because they can hold better value and also they're more sturdy, the materials, so there's built chassis and components. But there are other good vehicles like the Hyundai, the Tucson, the Santa Fe, the Kia Sportage. They're really nice looking cars. So it's also will be dependent on your lifestyle. If you're somebody that like to rough it off, go out, don't want to be stopped by anything in any off road, I would say get a Toyota, get a something 4x4 that has a lock differential, etc.
Cool. All righty. Do they have an area mostly for single expats? Well, we have Rod's annual single party for all of our guests. But and it's like, what is there? There's no real specific area, but there are a lot of single.
I would say like
here.
the more populated areas are
Yes,
more popular.
definitely.
Yeah.
Panama City, Coronado, Boquete.
In Bocas del Toro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Bocas del Toro.
Yeah.
Great point.
But for singles, yeah,
Places
Coronado,
with
Panama
more
City.
lively.
Yeah, more active,
social life.
more things going on, more tourism,
Okay, Oscar, we need to do a car. Next month, we need a car only Q&A.
Is there
Okay.
long-term
A lot of questions on
storage for
car.
vehicles for when you leave the country
That's
for
a
a
tough
long
one,
period
but
of
yeah.
time?
Yeah, it's not like official service like that. Here in Boquete, there is a place, it's called Chiriquí Storage, and they can do it, but it's still, the car will need, depends on the time of the line you will be on, the car will need some maintenance, some let it airflow, turn on the vehicle.
You want to make some
unplug the battery.
friends and have someone check it out every month.
So let's say long-term storage in the tropics, I would not suggest to even consider. You might want even rent it out or leave it to someone, a friend that can check on the car at least once a week, run it and make sure to leave it with low gas, the tank, so they can just put a little bit of gas so they don't sit with a full old gasoline or diesel in the tank.
We've seen some cars that have sit even in covered areas for a long time, and within a few months they can get moldy.
Very moldy.
Very humid here.
Yeah, every month you get in there, turn it on, put the humidifier in.
And the oil, guys, the properties of the oil, regardless of synthetic, it will get loose with time.
Yeah, you want somebody to be using your car.
And if you want if you have
Once
a
a week.
really, really nice car, you can get a hold of Oscar and me. We could use an extra vehicle for 6 months. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Let's talk about importing cars, Oscar.
Can I ship my 2025 Chevy Tahoe?
You can. The thing is, you will lose your guarantee from
Yeah.
where you bought it. So
Chevy,
you will have no guarantee down here. Something happens to that car, you have to deal with it. You will lose automatically your guarantee because we're moving to another country. Import tax, yes, will be an import tax according to the value of the vehicle. So it's not worth it. And less worse, it's not worth it to do that. Unless you own it and you're okay with that.
Yeah, just guarantee
Yeah.
it's
I
the
mean, you have
biggest
to
thing
look
is
at the
brand new
price.
stuff.
Like, what
Better-
is the price down here
Also-
versus the price to bring it here and see if it's worth it for you.
And another very important detail, your Chevy Tahoe 2025 is come with the specifications for the North American market.
Mhm.
Fuel, all the emissions and gadgets that there's some versions down here. So there is a different market. So Chevy has North American market and South American market. So and less words, you need is to buy. If you can afford that car in North America, you can sell it and you can buy one here in Panama with the guarantee in Panama and also with the catalyzers that can use the premium gasoline in Panama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it could be cheaper. And on your question, I'm the tax guy here, Neil. You're looking at a 12% tax to import and somewhere between 10 and 20% on the vehicle. So it's going to be at least 20, could be 30%.
It's hard for us
On
to
the
give
value.
you like a yes or no, should I do
Yeah, I
this?
know.
Because we get this
It's tough,
question
always
all the
tough, right?
time.
It's
Some
very-
people just love their cars and they don't get all the gadgets that they would get in the US on the Panama version. So if you really love it, you want the most full extras version,
Yeah.
maybe it's worth it for you to bring it here. But I think for the majority, if it's about the same price or less here to go through the hassle, it might just be easier to sell. And
But I think Oscar
repurchase.
hit the nail on the head. It's a 2025. The guy loses his warranty.
And value.
Yeah, that's
Straight up.
That's high risk.
I risk.
Okay. Hey John, how are you doing? The first subway in Central America was being constructed. Actually, it started in 2012. The first line was 2014 to 2015.
Yeah.
They are on the fourth line.
Yeah.
They're on the second one, the airport line. Now they're on the fourth one across the country. And it is going to be all joined up and working with the new electric high-speed rail that's supposed to start at the airport and go all the way to our border. So I'm sure there'll be an exchange station right in Albert, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not even close to
No.
being
Well,
started.
It's
the
more
high-speed
forward.
rail
Yeah.
hasn't started yet. Their projected
When-
date is December.
The train is only in the Panama City area right now.
Now that being said, projected but in reality, mañana,
Yes, mañana.
sometime in the future, maybe this year, maybe next year.
Yeah. Good. Hey, Neil, Scotia Bank is in Panama. Yes, it is. It's Scotia Bank Panama, not Scotia Bank Canada. I'm a Canadian, Neil. I had Scotia Bank when I moved here. And as I told you in my introduction, I did no research. I walked into the Scotia Bank in David as soon as I got here, wanting to access my money, and they laughed at me. Scotia Bank in Panama is not, you can't access your Scotia Bank Canadian or US funds whatsoever. They're total separate entities in name only. Are there any Canadian banks there? Nope. There are no Canadian banks and there are no US banks operating at a retail level in Panama whatsoever. But your ATM cards will work throughout Panama. Your US and your Canadian debit cards will work here. Check with your banks what those fees are going to be. I wouldn't live off of it, but for traveling, definitely. You can even use your debit card with PIN in retail stores.
You know,
Canadian or U.S. debit card.
Rob, you always talk about this, those high international fees at the ATM because it's on both sides.
It's on both sides, yeah.
And Oscar had to experience this on
Oh,
a
no?
trip to the
Oh,
States
did he? You got
recently.
dinged
They
in
rip
the
me.
back.
And he said-
It's a rip off.
It makes you cry, doesn't
What
it?
is this
$15
fee?
to take out $200.
No, so seriously, my bank here charged me $15 to get money in the States. In the States, they charge me $6.
Yeah. The
21
$21.
So $21,
to take out how much?
and I only took $200.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, it works the same way here, guys. So, yeah.
That was
Okay.
ouch.
Yeah, not related.
Oh.
Joyce, we should have her come on.
Uh-huh.
She can help us answer.
I just retired from the federal government yesterday. Woohoo!
Woo!
51 years old, way to
Yes.
go.
So young.
Congratulations.
Tomika, woohoo! So yes, Tomika, age is not a requirement of the pensionado visa. Give you a perfect example. I know a couple. He was 35 years old, retired military with full disability, and he got a pensionado visa. So they really questioned him for his discounts because he was so young. But yeah, no, as long as you got a pensionado visa, as long as you have a pension for life, and from your, you can show that, hey, I have a pension for life, you can get that visa.
At least $1,000 a month or $1,250 for a couple.
Perfect.
US dollars.
Yeah. And that, like Rob was saying, the great benefit of coming in on that program is even if you aren't of the Panamanian retirement age, you still get all of those
Yeah, you still get the
retirement
discounts.
discounts
Yeah.
even before.
Okay. Ian and Sue, how are you guys?
Hey guys,
If
it's been a
I
while.
bought a new
Yeah.
car in Panama, when is
Things to be aware
what
of.
are the things to be aware of?
So first of all, the brand,
Fees.
the model. Make sure double check things. You can always reach out to me for suggestion. I can give you my own suggestions according to what your lifestyle, where you can be located. Taxes, you're gonna be a 7% sales tax on the value of the vehicle. Sometimes they have a good deals, like this time of the year. They were going down, dropping prices for vehicles that were like Subaru. They come out with these Evoltis. And it's a three-row SUV. They started selling it last year, early last year for $63,000. Now it's down to $45,000. So things and models are going down the prices here. Same the other models with Subaru, Suzuki. So be aware of the fees, just the tax and then inscription, the insurance. That's pretty new, straightforward. Stay away from vehicles that are brand new here, like brands or factories. They're not normal commercialized. So stick around with the most commercial brands in Panama.
I want to buy a GAC because they're so pretty. Talk about that. They're all over the place here, Oscar. Talk
I don't
about
think
that.
they'll even
They're
know
all
what
over.
that is.
They're all over the place. We have fled with a lot of Chinese vehicles last year, before a couple of years ago, and they're becoming very
Love it.
popular because they're very affordable and they're very good. They have
They
a
look
nice
great.
gadgets and they have the screens and all the
Oh, yeah.
things.
It's like a spaceship.
It's a spaceship, yeah. And they're really nice, good looking. Problem is with those is many of those vehicles that I've seen it with only a few months of use. It's always something is a glitch, electronical or suspension. The aleation is the same material as other brands. So there is some people already complaining because they give a guarantee, but that doesn't mean they're gonna fix your car within a day or two. Some people are dealing with the cars in their mechanic garage, waiting for a part. The dealership doesn't even have it, can't find it. In the meantime, they're paying the loan to the bank. So now they're facing suing the car company, and banks most likely is not loaning any money to buy those specific vehicles. So stay away from those vehicles, in my opinion.
I
But
just had a couple things that I wanted to add.
Yeah.
Just to summarize on Oscar really quick, make sure it's a brand that's been around for a long time and exists in whatever town you're moving to, that a mechanic or the dealership can work on it there. Two is when you buy, the dealership might just throw in car insurance for you and say, here's your car insurance that you can purchase, or suggest one to you.
Yeah.
We do recommend that you go through a broker who speaks English
And gets a quote.
and gets you, the type of coverage you want. Third is a little bit weird. You can't just go on to a lot and pick your car and drive it off the same day like you do in North America.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that confuses people when they try and buy a new car here. It could take a few weeks to get your
Sometimes,
car,
yeah. Mhm.
maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And you're not going to test drive the car you actually buy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to test drive model that has
Yeah.
a really ugly thing on it on the roof.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay. Neil, I'm going ahead of question. This is a great question. A lot of people think about Panama 35 years ago, the Noriega years. Yeah, there is one system they put in place. Panama does not have a military anymore. So the Noriegas of the world can't happen. The people run the government here. And it's one of the true people's government. It's very similar to Costa Rica. We can't be overtaken by a dictator or a military dictator because it's the people who run the country.
And most
not the
important,
military.
the president cannot be reelected.
Yeah, and our president can only serve for one consecutive term. So every 5 years, we have a new president, no matter what. Okay, do you still need to provide proof of income if you actually, Karen, you only provide proof of income once when you apply for your visa. All visas in Panama, except for the digital nomad visa,
I think
are
maybe
permanent
she must be
visas.
referring to the bank account.
Oh, yes. Yeah. If it's your first bank account in Panama, you're still going to need to apply. If you're referring to the bank account, you still need proof of income.
Mm-hmm.
And
if it's your first account.
If it's your first bank account in Panama. If it's your second bank account, you just get a referral from your first bank.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then they're happy with that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you're talking about, as far as immigration, this is general for everyone, you only ever have to prove your proof of income once for immigration for anything.
Pensionado.
Yeah. Can you recommend Maids in Panama when we're living there? Oscar cleans houses on the weekends. Oscar and I, we're starting a male gigolo house cleaning service. No? Is that too much,
I
Megan?
hope not.
Yeah, no.
No one asked for that.
Yeah, no one asked for that.
And this is the line that got crossed.
Yeah, okay. This will cut from the video from this minute to there. Okay, just teasing.
I think 10 people just left the call.
No, they grew.
Yeah, of
Okay.
Yeah, housekeepers are plentiful.
Yeah,
and,
they're plentiful. You get
we
the
can help
referrals
find
from
some
your neighbors and the people that you
friends.
met.
A lot of
people
times,
in your building.
a lot of times it's better to word of mouth
Throughout.
from the area.
A lot of expats will be able to refer trustworthy contacts.
Think of Oscar and Maids, Oscar and Rod's maid service. Yeah. Okay. What is $100? That's a very open-ended
Yes.
question based on what people buy. I'm a frugal shopper and I'm a very local shopper. My $100, 60 of it, because I forgot I got to stop at the liquor store. 60 of it is from the local vendor shops around Boquete. And I have I have a lot of groceries. I have multiple bags for that, like a lot. Like I can get like one of those reusable grocery bags is never more than $10 for me. So that's a lot of groceries. The back of my chimney is full with $100.
It's all depends if you how much of the fancy items or imported items. But if $100 consuming local like fruits, veggies, and local
I mean,
like
if we're
rice.
getting vegetables and fruits for the week, I don't think we're ever paying more than $25.
$5
for the week.
For the week.
And
But
that's like if we're 4 or 5 people in the house.
But if you have Tide Free, the big 4-gallon Tide Free in your in your shopping cart, as opposed to which is $18, as opposed to the local laundry soap, which is $7. You know, it all depends how you shop.
If we're going to Ray and buying mostly Panamanian groceries, maybe a mix of some imported stuff too, we're going to be taking at least like 4 bags with $100. Now, if I go to Organica, the organic store with all the imported goods, I might have half a bag of groceries for $100.
Exactly. Yeah. 1 pound almonds, $24. Okay, Karen. Since coming on a tour, yes. If you're coming, for those of you coming on our tours, 30 days before, we're going to activate your back office for you, and you will be a platinum member, Karen, our highest membership, and your book will be waiting for you the day you arrive. Actually, I've already ordered the gym books.
And you'll have members area access 30 days before your tour.
Boy, that goodie bag is gonna be a little heavier, huh?
There we go. Yeah.
I'm the one who holds all those.
Yeah, I know. All of our guests
receive
a goodie bag when they arrive, and right now we print a 125-page itinerary, a bit about Panama style. It's just a coil bound thing, and now we're putting this 3-pound, 500-page hardcover book inside there. So Oscar's complaining he's got to carry those around.
I'm buying for the compound a little electric cart.
Hey Debbie, how are you? Travel insurance. I'm not even familiar with the name, but what I can tell you that all those travel insurance companies, they're all pay like you pay and you get reimbursed from them. No hospital in Panama is going to accept a travel insurance from another country's insurance and bill them. So you pay and you get reimbursed by your travel insurance.
You just submit the bills.
As opposed to local health insurance, once you move here, it's all covered. Like almost all of it is covered, that you don't have to pay anything. Okay. We're just rolling around here. Okay, what is the best way to ship Amazon to Pedicee? Hey, Mark, this is something new. Started this month. Panama is now on Amazon World Shipment. Don't get too excited, everyone. I looked at my wish list. It was less than a quarter of the things that were available to be shipped to Panama. But first of all, if you're logged into Amazon, I'm going to show you guys all something here on a screenshot. For all you Amazon shoppers, because I was just doing this today. There we go. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. Okay, Amazon shoppers. You can tell I've been shopping for a coffee maker and some shirts. Luckily, I didn't look at what comes up there. You never know. Now, right now, if you look up here and where my mouse is, I have this set to Panama because I was seeing if I could get something. Get stuff shipped to Panama. But let's look at here. I was looking at a cord cover. This is a really light item, okay? And I can get this in Panama by May 15th if I order $35 worth. So let's add this to my cart. Humor me. In cart. Okay, there we go. I have $600 in my cart. I have no idea.
You have a coffee maker.
Oh, I have a coffee maker. That's coming out. Yeah, I was testing this earlier today. And, I have coffee mugs. Yeah, let's get this out. Actually, I ordered those. And let's take 2 of these. So I should now have free shipping.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at my cart. And I can get this shipped to Panama for free shipping. And there's no duties or anything like that, okay? Now, as you saw, and if I look at my checkout, I can select my, way too much personal information is on this. Yeah, I'm going to be editing this video, guys. It's no big deal. But that's one option, by the way. So look at the item, see it's typically anything under $100 because over $100 it's got to go through customs, and you're going to just hit
this one,
the head.
Oh
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, anything over 100 it's got to go through customs, and it's going to go through one of the major couriers. So I looked at that coffee maker, which was $400, and the shipping and customs was almost the same amount of money. So that doesn't work. But small stuff, clothing and stuff seems to work. That you can ship all the way from, if you have Amazon Prime, all the way to Panama, and they deliver it to your house. Surprisingly, like Mark, I have no idea. We've had people receiving them this week on tests in Boquete.
Yeah.
The driver phones them. Where do you live? Send me a pin. So number 2 offers what's it called? Megan.
Ofertas.
Simply?
Ofertanet. Chitre.
Yeah.
There's a Chitre service that will ship through Miami, but they will actually deliver to your door in Pedicee.
And
That
so
one
we
is a
can
good
do,
service.
That's one of the most popular
like,
ones.
it's probably in your members area, Mark, which I'll get to you shortly. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's called
Ofernet
Azuero.
Azuero.
Yeah, they have a website. Just Google this. That's the most popular one. They're in Las Tablas, so very close to them. Is their head office.
It's OFER.
So if you have something that Amazon doesn't ship, and like I said, don't get too excited, folks. I found 20-25% of the stuff was possibly could come here, but it would take two weeks to a month to get here. So some of that stuff doesn't bother me, but others doesn't. Okay, let's go. Hey, it's Melanie. We're all looking good. Well, thank you.
Oh, James. Hey, James.
James.
Eggs were less than $3 a dozen at the store.
$2.08 for medium this week. Just bought. Well, no, I didn't buy them. I looked at them. I bought them at the market for my organic eggs for $3. Organic eggs.
Will you sign my book?
If you come here first, I haven't looked if you're on the list whether we're shipping you one or not. We can't because we manufacture in the States and in Montreal. So, but those
That's
of you
so
that
cute.
are here, we'll definitely sign
We'll
your
write you
books.
a nice
Okay.
message.
I'll put a smiley
When you
face.
move here, you can bring it. Yeah, we'll put a little happy face on it.
Margaret,
Margaret,
thanks
how are
for
you?
membership.
Yes,
Previous tour
Margaret.
participants.
You guys are our rock, our past guests. Honestly, it's nothing we can say.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys, and we wanted to support you through this whole thing.
Yep.
Okay, here we go again. We're going to talk about the storage facilities. It's 100% not Latin American culture to store your stuff somewhere outside of your house. It's just not done.
They just
If
don't
there
have
wasn't
enough
North
stuff.
Americans here, they wouldn't have
North
any
Americans,
storage.
we love our stuff.
We love our stuff. So yes, there are, no word of a lie, about 10 lockers in all of Boquete.
Mhm.
There's Leslie's place that has 6, and
Cherokee
Alta
storage.
Dorado has 6.
And Cherokee storage?
No, in active Boquete, plus
Oh,
Cherokee
right.
storage, yeah. But that's like 20 minutes out. But in Boquete itself, there are some places. There are a few 12 by 12 drive-in, like garage door type places, like 6 or 7 of them. And then there's smaller lockers, more like 4 by 6 by 12 high, but not a lot. But we can,
Rod has some extra rooms in his house.
Yeah, maybe that's a good, with the amount they
Good
charge for that
business.
square feet, maybe I should consider
Oscar
it.
and I
Here
are
we go,
holding,
is getting up
we
and
hold
down
on
the
to stuff for
stairs.
tour guests all the time. I think we have a whole section of our closet full of things that people leave here.
Oscar, tell everyone about Santa Fe. I've been there once, Oscar, once, folks, so that's why I'm definitely give this one to Oscar.
Santa Fe is a very quaint village, not even a town. It will be more referred to a village. It is a place that is being a little bit more developed right now. Last time I was there, it took me quite a bit because they're repaving or paving the whole road from Santiago all the way to Santa Fe, and it's gonna be a little bit wider. And it will take like a 30-40 minutes. The last time I went there, it will take me about an hour 20 minutes because of road conditions. But it's gonna be there. Hopefully, it will be done by this year. I haven't been there in a little while. They just were finishing a gas station, the very first one, They didn't have a gas station.
Yeah.
They have one
I remember when I
ATM.
was there, there's no gas station.
They have only one ATM currently. They might be opening another one. So it is a
And
place
like
that is
3 restaurants.
yeah, there is
Few
Home Depot
hotels.
Santa Fe is a beautiful place. It's relaxing. It's
Great
safe.
hiking.
It's more for people that want the outdoors, and you know you're gonna be definitely if you want to live right there. You need a strong SUV. You need something reliable. You can go through any pothole, no problem. Like a Toyota Fortuner or Prado, or a Hilux pickup.
Mhm.
Something strong, sturdy. You can get service quick. That's the number one vehicle and the best vehicle you can own if you're gonna live in that area.
And then your nearby capital of Santiago has everything.
All the
you could
hospitals.
need.
You are definitely
shopping.
close to Santiago. That's a
So you're
bonus.
close to Santiago. So the farthest you'll be is an hour.
Santiago is the 4th largest metropolitan area in Panama.
Yeah.
And it should be, 30 minutes once they finish the road.
Oh no! Once you finish the road, it's gonna be 30 minutes. Like we'll be almost equal, close to Boquete to the
Yeah, Boquete to Beach.
So-
same track.
So Santa Fe, it is where it's supposed to be Boquete before it's Boquete today. Like Boquete 25, 30 years ago. That's where people refer.
Mhm.
It is the coolest area on town and mountains.
In that province.
Wednesdays will go for the chill weekend. It doesn't have the same altitude as Boquete. It only has like a roughly 600 meters above sea level, which is it's nice.
That's nice.
It's fresh.
Halfway up.
And it's very green, very lush. So a lot of source of water. It's always green. Doesn't get dried up. And you can drive to the Caribbean side also, but it's not the Caribbean side you get in Bocas. But you can get boats to where I was chill.
Perfect. Okay, Margaret's got a question. For the investment temporary visa, when money is set aside in Panama accounts, after the 2-year limit is more paperwork. Okay, Margaret, there's 2 types of investment visa that involve money. We're going to talk about first the Friendly Nations visa, which is a $200,000 CD, minimum 2 years. The process actually takes 3 years, so we always recommend people to invest it in 3 years. You're going to get a higher return anyways. It's a 2-stage visa. You apply and get a temporary visa, and then there's a second application. Yes, all the paperwork again, and you apply again and get the permanent visa. So for that visa, yes, it is a 2-step process. For the qualified investors visa, which is much more cash, $500,000, there's only a 1-step process. Costs as much as the Friendly Nations 2 steps, but it actually happens in about 30 to 45 days. And you get, and you have to have a locked-in visa. You can't take it out for 2 years. And you can get your permanent visa within a couple months. But it's a 1-step process.
I just want to clarify one thing because she has to be talking about Friendly
I don't
Nations.
think so.
And Rod said it's actually 3 years.
Mhm.
And that's only because of processing times.
Yeah, the term's 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is 2 years between applications, but he's saying, and our lawyers will also say, it will take more like 3 years because of the processing times on
Yeah,
applications.
it takes 2 years and 4 to 5 months, but they don't offer a 2-year, 6-month CD.
Right.
It's either 2 or 3.
Mhm.
So you got to purchase the 3. Okay. Thanks, lots. Awesome. Sorry, here we come. Tomika, right on. Okay, what do we got? Is free public welfare available almost everywhere? I'm not sure. I need you to re-clarify that question. Free public welfare, Neil, because we're not sure what you. Oh, Wi-Fi. Okay, no. Well, it's not available. Like the restaurants and hotels don't charge for it, but they make you log into a different password every time.
Yeah.
So there is no public Wi-Fi networks.
There is in few areas, like airports, some airports have a free
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
They
Some
log in
shopping malls
without-
we might have it,
Yeah,
but not
exactly.
everywhere.
In the main square of Boquete, they have one. It's not very good. But
Yeah,
And
they have.
they have one too, yeah, but
But
it's
it's
never
like-
working.
Right.
No.
No, but restaurants will, hotels will.
Yeah.
Yes, and Neil, no, there's no public welfare available. sorry. I see your question after, Neil.
Wi-Fi.
Don't worry about it. You should see my typing.
On our tour, we have it that we have Starlink on our van now. So we have Wi-Fi 24/7, as long as there's cell signal. Well, as long as there's, as long as there's
no storms or no clouds.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
Hey, Clint, this is a great question. The pensionatal discounts come two different ways. Number one, by age for all citizens and permanent residents of Panama. The age is 55 for a woman, 60 for a man. And number two, they come by a foreign pensionatal visa if you're younger than that age. So, Clint, if you come here, if you are 62 years old, Clint, and you get a friendly nations visa, yes, you immediately get the pensionatal discounts. The only ones you don't get is the import discount on a vehicle and $10,000 personal goods. That's reserved just for pensionatal discounts. Honestly, the vehicle one, if you are importing one, it's, you still pay 12% tax. You just don't pay the import duty side. And on the personal belongings, it honestly really doesn't matter. It's not a big deal because personal belongings are not new stuff. They have no retail value. So the customs here never charges duties on them anyways. So I have another client move here with a container where they got charged duty on their personal belongings yet, whether they're a pensionato or not. So basically, did I say that clear enough, or did my rambling kind of confuse you at the end?
I don't know, because I'm really liking the comment after this one.
Okay.
That got lots of thumbs ups.
No, what I'm saying,
That's a good one.
It doesn't matter if you come on any of the 37 visas Panama has. Once you're 55 for a woman or 62 for a man, you qualify for the pensionatal discounts.
I love that.
I think that's
comment.
better, right?
Love that
Okay,
comment.
we're going to put the comment up. Poor Megan.
I appreciate the sympathy,
She's been
guys.
sitting between us for a lot of years now.
Every Thursday.
What do the Panamanian people of U.S. invasion of people?
I mean, that was a little.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
can talk about that.
Yeah.
Some people are worried about what the Panamanians feel about with the expats coming in and it changing cost of living and the environment that they live in. I think the majority of Panamanian people are super kind and welcoming. The foreigners are creating a lot of economic opportunities, and the expats, especially the retirees, are also giving back to their communities in really meaningful ways.
Yeah.
There are some Panamanians that maybe have had bad experiences or feel a little bit bitter. And I think that's going to happen anywhere in the world, but Panamanians, most people will find that they're super warm, nice people.
And sometimes the only time, and this happens anywhere in the world. If you're an expat, let's say as a Colombian, I go to US or Canada or any country, and I just start imposing my Colombian ways, and I demanding my language and all that, which it happens. And I don't like that because in my country it's better and better. That kind of attitude that will damage, unfortunately, a whole nation. And unfortunately, the journalism falls on that. And I'm saying this as a Colombian because I used to go everywhere, and then unfortunately there was a soul, like I was either a bad guy or someone dangerous just because of my nationality, and even though people just because watching too much telenovelas or movies. But that's one thing about the coming in a new country. Some people might have some bitterness, like Megan
No
said.
matter what, as a foreigner in another country, I think what you're trying to say is you're representing your country.
Exactly.
So try and remember that.
And don't forget, folks, there have been U.S. folks in this country since 1903, to a peak of 60 to 80,000 of them just in the Canal Zone as U.S. service people. Panamanians have always lived with folks from the United States.
Yeah.
So it's not really that much
Nothing
different than it
now.
was back in the 80s and 90s when there was
Yeah.
60, 70, 80,000 North American servicemen and women in the
Yes.
canal zone.
And it's actually a lot better because now Panama is known not just because the canal, it's just the whole country, tourism, the culture, the food. People.
Hey, cross. Sorry, job. I'm going to be very quick on this one. I actually ran a company. I hired computer IT guys. If you're in that type of field, there are job opportunities. Check with Dell and HP and all those computer guys. They all have offices and employees. I think Dell's got 3,000 employees there. So check with any of the Panama for like Indeed and job searches. Just search for Panama. There's lots of those
in
people,
Panama City.
looking for that. Exactly.
Yeah, Panama City.
Can a buyer of a condo financial statement to be talking about HOA and stuff? Yes, you can. Expect to be patient because anything you ask for, it's going to take a little more time, especially if you're dealing with an HOA down here.
And use a good real estate lawyer.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get through these before we get cut off, guys. You guys had some great questions tonight. Great crowd tonight. Eh?
Yeah.
John
Appreciate all of
says
you.
lots of oversharing tonight.
Neil, hospital is nice. We don't have now. Well, if you're talking about just local health insurance, you're looking between $100 and $200 a month. International insurance, depending on the age, $100 to $450 a month. So, like we've had, if you look at our YouTube channel, we've had many different Q&As on healthcare, and we'll do another in a few months. Yeah. I think everyone's promoting, offering that, and then I couldn't think of a name. Yes, Card is offered that's there. Yeah.
Where to
It's a
create
great
your
company.
LLC.
People working remotely in Panama. Okay, that's nothing. I can't really answer that here. Okay, I think we almost got it. Okay. Which towns are closest to Panama City?
Towns?
Kind of too hard too general
Towns,
question to answer.
Beach towns would be
No,
Chamois,
towns, Chame,
Gorgona.
Arraihan.
Well, that's an hour and a
It's
half.
not really
Veracruz.
clear if he's talking about neighborhoods or beach towns or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clint, CDs, 4.5% to 6%. Shop around. You're 44. Well, yeah, no, you gotta wait a little bit for your pensional discounts. I started getting mine today. This year. Last year I was mad when they asked when they gave it to me. Now I gotta beg for it. I don't know what
Where
happened
to
in the
find
year.
distilled water for CPAP machines? We
Oh,
get that question a lot.
You go to Arocha Pharmacy, will have it, and also Casa de Baterias in Coronado carry it. It's called
Agua destilada.
yes, thank you. Yeah, because it's the same stuff you put in batteries. So no problem, Margaret. Okay. Woo. Murphy's Law invented in Panama. There we go. No, that's right. All righty, guys. 8:02. We did it. Woohoo.
Thanks
Guys,
for all the questions.
Yeah, thank you all of you
Thank
for
you,
the
guys.
questions.
Okay. For
Another
those of
time.
you who aren't coming on our tour or haven't been, seriously take a look. If you want to come to Panama, you've been here, you know what you want to do. Look at our new product. It is a game changer in the relocation business. This is not a ebook, guys. This is not an online guide.
That says the members area, though. You might want to share.
Yeah, you're not going to get in there. That's password protected. I don't even have to remove that. Okay, where am I going, Megan? I'm just going to send you
Our regular website.
an error code. Yeah, no kidding.
There we go.
All righty, guys. Yeah,
There you
take
have
a look
it.
at it. So this is a real product. We call the product the book, the members area, and us. Because you can't make this move with Facebook advice, guys. You just can't. Like we have both of our products we have for sale, and these are not expensive products, guys. They're under $500 or under $1,000. You
Or
get
thousands.
to talk to us. We're going to help you make this move. So
No, and then this will save you not just the thousands of dollars, but mostly it's the headaches and just the bitterness or any potential harm situation that maybe you will find if sometimes you don't have the luck.
Yeah, there's no one we're going to recommend you in our members area that's going to screw you around. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's so key.
There's good people here, and there's awesome, honest people here, but sometimes you don't get to see them that once. It's just not possible, not feasible, unless you really have really extremely good luck. But yeah, so that's why this book is as a tool to get to that point straight up.
Hey,
Really
James,
enjoyed the
we tire. I'm going to work the whole weekend, even Sundays. So you people that took our tour, phone me to say hi to me on Sunday. Yeah, you guys should all have everyone that's requested that's on the list. The email went out this week. If you didn't reply and fill out the form, then you need to go back and find that email. But yeah, there's several hundred of you. So I'll have all your members' offices set up. You'll get an email to create your password, and you'll be good to go.
Beautiful.
And your
Thanks,
books will be printing
everyone.
next week.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys. See you next week.
All righty. See ya later.